I was really interested to speak to someone who joined the Navy my age. It was really weird comparing it to our two lives. Like the way the boats arriving and having to run the ship they were sinking with only a bosun crew. It was really lovely meeting him.
I agree with everything that Amy said. It was really hard to make notes when you're so interested in his story and you want to hang on to every word, like how young he was when he went to work. All of the pictures he brought in and the small display case full of medals just added more to the meaning of the story. Speaking to Leonard really was very interesting, and it made the sessions even more enjoyable than they already were.
Hi, I'm Matthew and I research stains. I spent the project working with Nigel. I found out about stains. Some things and stains have remained the same, including the bridge, the iron bridge and the railway bridge across the river. Some shops that have been in stains for a long time include W.H. Smith, Debenhams and Marks and Spencer. The railway station has remained the same. There are also some things to do with stains that have changed. The site where Sainsbury's is previously belonged to Petter's Engines and Aston Martin Lagonda. Interestingly, during the war there was a wooden bridge called the Bailey Bridge, which carried tanks across the river. This bridge was needed because the weight of the tanks would not have been supported by the main bridge. Finally, instead of one cinema in Staines now, there were three: the Regal, the Majestic and the Empire. I've enjoyed working with the older people on this project because I've learned a lot about the history of Staines.
Hi, I'm Emily and I've learned loads during this project. I was particularly interested in what was happening during the war in this period and then the fighting rings. I also found out about life in Staines during the war. I enjoyed finding out about the evacuees that came to Staines, as even though Staines is so close to London, it wasn't actually a main target for bombs. This meant they sent evacuees here. Though Staines was not really bombed, all people still had to have shelters. There was a Morrison shelter, which was like a table with a cage around it, and an Anderson shelter that was a dugout in the garden. We are working on a book, and I've done my pages in the book on the start of World War II and on planes. The main types of planes are the Lancaster and the Spitfire. World War II started when Hitler rose to power, and when he wanted his country's revenge for World War I. He began building up his country's army and forged friendships and a plan with countries that had helped Germany in World War I.
Hi, Sam and I were very interested in finding about World War II. It was very enjoyable as I found out lots of things like being a child in World War II and how hard it was, and especially because they had no toys or suits.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I enjoy talking to the older residents from age concern, and so I found out about the bombing that didn't really happen much in England, and the ones that did and could have fallen, like the one that could have fallen on Staines Bridge. It didn't.
I have learned a lot during this project. I was most interested in fashion. It was not the same as it is today. Girls were not allowed to wear trousers to school. If they did, they were sent home. Young girls mainly wore plaits, whilst teenagers wore big beehives. Most people made their own clothes, like knitting their school cardigans. I have also learned about shops. Most clothes were from charity shops, although they did have some clothes shops, but these were separate for male and female. They had specific shops for certain things. They had a butcher's shop, sweet shop, greengrocers, fishmongers, newspaper shops, post office and stationery shops. They needed a lot more patience to make things as they made most food from scratch. Food was not wasted. And last of all, I have learnt about school life. School was very different to how it is now. The punishments they used were very severe. For bad things, you would get a cane, but for not so bad things, you would have to sit on the dunce's stool with a dunce's hat on your head. Girls and boys were often separated by a brick wall in the playground. Some schools had simplistic uniform.